It's Hilary here. I want to thank Romeo and the Saturday Night Online crew for having me on. Thank you guys for sending in all your questions. They're really great. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Cynthia from Omaha said, what made you decide to make music again? Taking as big of a break as I did really helped me live my life and experience things that maybe I wouldn't have before if I had just continued working through. So after I had my son Luca, sitting down and reflecting about what I kind of missed from my old life, I think music was definitely in the forefront, and I missed being on stage and having that connection with my fans. So I started writing and started getting into the studio again, and it just felt like the right timing. Mia from Germany said, since you wrote a book, do you have any tips for people who want to start writing one? And I really feel like that was one of the most challenging things that I had ever done. Mine was a trilogy, so it was 3 different books. But I think sitting down and outlining, getting all your ideas together for your characters and giving them backstory and really getting to know them first, and then mapping out where your story should go is kind of where I started. And I didn't go to college, and I didn't have a great education, so it worked for me. And I definitely had help along the way through the process of writing, to help me, through the steps of actually completing the book. But that's my best advice. And have fun. It should be personal. It should be creative, and I really think that no matter what you set your mind to, you can do it as long as you power through and believe in yourself. Jonathan from Chicago said, what is your favorite song at the moment? And one of my friends is obsessed with Codaline and has gotten me hooked. It's all I can listen to right now, and I love their song. It's called All I Want is their single, but the whole record is amazing. Natalie from Singapore said, what did you grow up listening to? And I'm such a top 40s girl, always listened to pop radio. I loved NSYNC, I loved Spice Girls. But my first album was Alanis Morissette. And I think I bought Jagged Little Pill probably 10 times throughout my lifetime, that record. It's so good. I also love Fleetwood Mac. I love Janis Joplin. My mom was an old hippie, so she made me listen to a lot of her music, which I'm really grateful that I know now. Rocco from Buenos Aires said, your music makes me happy. Is your new album full of music like All About You, like same uplifting type theme? And I would say so. I mean, I think my personality is definitely fun and uplifting, and I love to have a good time, and I love to experience new things. And so the record is definitely a lot of mid-tempos like All About You, a lot of high energy, a little bit of folk threaded through the record, which has been really fun since I'm from Texas. And sorry, it's early. Yeah, but there's a good mix too. It's a mixed bag of emotions, which I think is important for a record, just to show everyone all your different sides. We all feel so many different things, and it should be a compilation of that. Missy from Des Moines, in an alternate universe, would you be friends with Lizzie McGuire? Definitely would. She's a good girl. She's been such a big part of my life. I feel like we are friends. Dave from Toronto, this is more of a thank you question. My kids met you when they were little and still talk about how nice you were. More people need to hear that, stories like that. My family says thanks. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm so lucky that I get to meet just such amazing people that really say the kindest things to me, and feel like we've been connected for many, many years. I've been around for a long time, so it's nice that people have followed me through my career and been supportive and so loving, and excited to see what I'm doing next. So I appreciate all that support and all that good energy and good stuff. Jessica from Brazil says, you've written books and song lyrics. Which do you find easier? What's the difference between the two? I definitely think writing song lyrics are easier. You're just writing, not just because you want to write a damn good song, but, you're writing something that's 3 minutes long instead of something that's, takes days to read. So it's definitely more complicated to keep a consistent storyline and just all the things you have to think about when you're writing a book. but writing a hit song is pretty hard too, so still working on that. Leo from Salvador, are you excited to go back on tour? Will you take your son with you when you start playing in a different place every night? That's a tough one. I mean, as much as I want him with me everywhere I go, I think it's important to keep some consistency in kids' lives and some stability. So he's young enough where he'll definitely go on the road with me a little bit. And so far, he's been great whenever I've taken him traveling. But I think the better solution is to just map out the tour, plan it smartly, not be gone for months on end, be gone for a few weeks at a time, and he can go back and forth. And he's starting school now, so it'll be tricky, but anything's possible. Kyla from Palm Springs, who would you like to collaborate with? I got to collaborate with Ed Sheeran on this record, and that was pretty much a dream come true. He's amazing, but there's a whole long list of people I would like to work with, and sometimes I feel shy to just put myself out there and say it. I really like when things just happen organically. How do you cope with the paparazzi? Sorry, Jade from Wellingborough. Is that right? How do you cope with the paparazzi in your face, especially when you have your son? It's really not the easiest thing to do, but, I think blocking it out, trying not to let it affect your day is the most important, especially when I have Luca, because I don't want him to pick up any weird energy or, feel stressed out or scared by it. I know that they're not trying to hurt me or scare me, so I try to just keep that in my mind and hold him close to me. Sometimes Mama Bear comes out, if they're getting too close or we're at the park playing, I really think that's not an appropriate place for them to be taking our pictures. And I'll get a little aggressive. Jesse from Minneapolis said, what's your favorite movie? I'm such a sucker for rom-coms. So I love The Notebook. I love The Holiday. I love Love Actually. It is really too hard for me to choose that. I like really good movies too, like critically acclaimed movies. But these are ones that I can watch over and over again. Fred from Encino, California, that's close to me, says, you look so amazing. Do you exercise and eat healthy daily? When I'm in LA, I'm really good about exercising. I definitely hit the gym 3-4 times a week. Right now I'm living in New York, and it's a little more challenging because my work hours are crazy, and I'm also promoting my single, so it's been challenging. I try to get out and run. Maybe I'll do yoga here and there, but I think everything in moderation. I love to drink wine, and I love to eat foods that taste delicious and try new things, but it's all about moderation. So picking and choosing, when you're going to splurge is a good idea, and trying to stay on track for the rest of the week or the next following days is kind of how I do my thing. But I'm not perfect, and I mess up all the time, and I'm always striving to have a better body or to be better to my body, just like everybody else. Where am I? Paige from Minneapolis says, which song from your upcoming album or your previous albums does Luca like to sing? Since Chasing the Sun was kind of like the first, not single, but like the first song that I released from this record, he heard it so much that he knows all the words and really likes to dance to that one. It's so cute. He recognizes my voice or like my music just from like right when the song comes on. He's like, Ma's song. It's so cute. Everything to me. Which do you feel more comfortable doing, acting or singing? That's a tough one, man. I always get that question. And it seems like I can just switch, like my head being in the game. Sometimes I'm on set and we're doing this awesome scene and I just love it. And I'm like, this is where I feel like I should be. This is so much fun. Like, I'm enjoying this. I'm learning from the other actors. I love the director. It's like all those things need to come into place to make it feel so good. But being on stage is like everything too. As long as I feel confident out there and there's people out there cheering and singing my song back to me, that is kind of, it touches a place that nothing else can. It's just a wild, wild feeling, and I can't wait to tour and be on stage again and find that part of myself again. So I'm not going to answer. Let's see, what's my favorite food? That's tough because I really haven't met a food that I don't love. I love sushi. Sushi, you know, we live in LA, so we get some damn good sushi. And I find myself craving it like once or twice a week and needing to fill the craving. But I'm also a Southern girl, so Mexican food's kind of up there too. Elise from Sydney said, if you were to visit anywhere in the world, where would you go? And definitely Greece has been high on my my priority list. I've never been to Greece, and it looks so beautiful. The food seems very exciting. And also, I was flying to Japan one time a few years back, and I stopped in the airport in Thailand. And I was like, this is such a trick. I'm just in the airport, but I'm in freaking Thailand. Like, so I definitely want to go back there too. Thailand and Greece. What do you like to do to relax? I'm kind of a homebody. I love to cook. I love to have a lot of people around the table and laugh and have wine and, you know, all pitch in and cook something. We tend to have lots of dance parties in the house. My new apartment in New York doesn't have all that much furniture yet, so there's lots of room for dance parties. But I like to go to movies. I like to go to concerts. Usually the things that I do when I have time off aren't that relaxing because I work so much. I want to get out and be social and see my friends and spend time with my family. We go to a lot of farmers markets, flea markets sometimes. I exercise to relax for sure, just to like blow off steam, just like any normal person. Max from London, what was your favorite part about shooting the All About You video? You know what? Honestly, I had fun with the dancers. I had to do a lot of rehearsals because I had some upcoming shows and was filming that video. But dancing was fun, again. And I worked with Declan White-Bloom, who did my Chasing the Sun video. So it was nice to have a little consistency there. And it was a bit of a whirlwind, though. We shot the whole video in one day. And then I took a red-eye flight out to Chicago and then went straight to Australia. So it was like, I feel like I didn't sleep for days, but it was still fun to shoot the video, and I was really happy with the way it came out. Bethany from Burlington, if you could pick one song off your record which means the most to you, which would it be and why? That's too tough. Oh, man. I might skip that one because it's, you know, when you write your songs, you kind of like feel connected to all of them, and they make you feel certain things from a particular moment or memory or you know, thing that you might still be dealing with. So I don't know if I could choose that. I mean, I love All About You. But it's a very happy song. The one Ed wrote, Tattoo, is a very beautiful song. There's a song called Braveheart, which I really love, and kind of makes me feel sad but powerful, if that makes any sense. Andrea from Chicago said, who's your favorite Disney princess? When I was little, Cinderella was everything to me. So I love Cinderella, but I also really like Queen Anna and Princess Anna. Wait, I did that backwards. Queen Elsa and Princess Anna. I've watched Frozen so many times with Luca, and he thinks his girlfriend is Queen Elsa. So she's getting up there close to Cinderella's status in my book. Okay, I have a few minutes left. I'm going to try to breeze through these. Leah from Greece, are you interested in going back to the fashion world? And I totally am. I love fashion. I love clothes. You know, I do kind of tend to stick to a particular style in my everyday life just because it's easy and I don't have that much time to get dressed every day having a 2.5-year-old. So I wear a lot of leather jackets, t-shirts, skinny jeans, and boots. But, you know, on the odd night that I'm going out, sometimes I can pull it together and get a little dressier. And I'd love to have a fashion line again. And I just don't have the time right now. Emily from Seattle, who's the most famous person you have ever met, and what was it like? I met Oprah. That was pretty, she's pretty famous. I met Madonna. That was cool. She's pretty famous. I met Elton John before. That was cool. I mean, I met Nelson Mandela. He's amazing. I could keep going, but I'm just kidding. Wit from Nashville, what do you think you'll show Luca? When do you think you'll show Luca episodes of Lizzie McGuire, if ever? I would show them to him now, but I don't know if he would even recognize me. It was so long ago, but I bet it'd be funny. He's so into Cars movies and like animated stuff. I'm not sure if he'd be so interested in it, but someday I'll show him, and I hope he likes it. Daniel from Brooklyn said, what is the best part about being on tour? I honestly haven't been on tour in 7 years, so I mean, I loved being on the bus and having that community of the crew. You know, it was really fun. But